right, it's LS's time here at Media Day 25-26. Got a little bit of a new look Pioneers, especially the guy with the mic, so I'll let him introduce himself and let him pass it around to the guys he has here today and who we're talking to for the Pios. So, Coach, go ahead.
Austin Smucker, head coach.
Hayden Martin, 2026.
Brady Zuber, 2026.
Simon Sword, 2027.
Pass it to Hayden real quick. I want to. So, of all of the kids I've talked to so far today, you're the one I've wanted to talk to because I don't know if you saw the interview I did with Coach a few weeks ago. Pound for pound, I think you have been the most improved player league-wide. And I'm just curious from your perspective. I asked Coach, if you recall, has the game slowed down for Hayden? So I'm going to ask Hayden directly. Has the game slowed down, and sort of what has been this transformation that I have seen? Like, what's contributed to what looks like a better all-around game for Hayden Martin going into this season?
I think what helps me, play, at my best ability is my teammates. And I think that when we all play good together, then I think we can just win.
Okay. I like that, Coach. New guy, but you're already having him answering the right questions. I like that. So, hey, pass it down to Simon. I'll ask you guys this. You guys are always such a threat in Section 3, and I don't see that changing this year. I'm just wondering, as LS kids, and again, I asked Coach this in our Zoom the other week, but what is it at your guys' school that has you guys competing at such a high level and achieving at such a high level? Because it's not normal for a public school to do what you guys are doing, whether it's football, basketball, whatever. Just, Simon, I'll let you start off. What is it about LS that makes LS so good at darn near everything?
I think it's the work that our coaches put in, and also us willing to put the work in and coming day in and day out and wanting to win games and not just going out there and just lollygagging around and doing stupid stuff. We go out there and we want to produce at our best ability and not just be weird, do weird stuff, do children's stuff, because we're almost about to graduate high school.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Pass it down. I just want to ask all the LS kids.
Close to your mouth. There you go.
I think a big reason why we're always so good is just, I think it starts with our youth programs are always super good. There's a lot of great mentors and great coaches in our community that always willing to help us. And I think just when we, this year especially, I think we just really have gotten more focused with the work. I think we've worked harder than we ever had, and I think it really just shows out on the court. So,
I think what makes us very dominant is our chemistry. I feel like we've never had an LS team where people they don't like each other, they don't get along, because most of the kids, they grow up together, and once they play together, all up, through their life, they all play basketball together, all the same sports. And I think that from them doing that into high school, I think that just builds chemistry, and then the work ethic just goes up.
Yeah. Coach, I'll pass it back to you. I'm not going to ask you that question because I want to shamelessly plug everyone to go watch that we already talked about. But I'm curious, you're only a few days into the job officially, but you were on staff last year, and this is going to be a question I want to ask for all of you. Again, we haven't really started yet, but what's something about this year's team that you can say definitively, even right now in mid-November, we are going to do this better than we were able to do last year, whatever this may be?
Yeah, transition and playing fast and under control. I think we're known a lot for our full court zone presses, and I think you're still going to see that. It's helped us tremendously every year in and year out. But I think just the speed and the pace that we're playing in and that we've been working on for 2 months or so now, I think that's going to be what we're well known for.
I think we're going to be well known for our defense this year. I think we're pretty good all around offensive team, but I think we put in so much work on defense this year that I think that we'll be pretty good.
I think the big thing this year is going to be, just us putting the ball in the basket a ton, especially our shooting. We're going to shoot a lot of threes this year. We're going to make a lot of threes.
There we go.
Yeah.
I think that chemistry is going to be our biggest part. Us playing together these past, for me, 2 years, these guys probably 3 or 4 and more, obviously. But our ability to share the ball, be able to find the open person, be able to find the open cutter, and simple things like that will get us a long way, not just winning sections, but also districts and maybe even states.
And Simon, I'll keep it with you, and we'll go
Yeah.
back down the line. Obviously, you guys lose a big fish in Chase off of last year's team. So how are roles different? Are roles different? I mean, again, that was a different – he scored the ball a lot, but there's a lot of pieces coming back that I don't think maybe got enough attention that are back on this year's roster. So how are things different? How are things the same? What's the difference from last year's team to this year's team in terms of roles, responsibilities, whatever that might look like?
Yeah, losing Chase was a big part. Chase could be able to score 30 a night, but also be able to help his teammates and everyone else around him be better. And I believe that we can just take Chase and everything that he had and just spread it out with among everyone else in the team, because everyone's he's going to be able to score a lot of points, but he can also share the ball. Same with him, and we've got a bunch of other guys that can do that too. And I don't think that everyone else is afraid to be able to do that. We all want to score, obviously, but being able to share the ball and, like I said earlier, with chemistry, that's a big part of what's going to help us.
Like Simon said, sharing the roles is going to be we're all it could be a new player that could be the go-to guy each game. One game it could be Hayden, one game it could be myself, it could be Simon. But there's not teams that are going to scout us. They're going to have to zone in on every single player, because they can't say this guy, we can let him shoot because he's not a good shooter, but then he can come in and hit 3 threes in a row. It's going to be you can't count any of us out. We're all gonna be there. We all can make a huge impact to win a game.
I think that everybody is gonna have their opportunities this year to score, and I think that there's just not one person really that you really have to guard on our team, because I really think that everybody on the team can either have, what Zuber said, they can just come out, they can have 20 points, and then the next day it's another person. I think it's just unpredicted, and I think that's good.
Yeah, obviously losing my brother is not good. And my dream would be to coach my brother, but he's excelling right now at Bloomsburg, so I'm happy for him.
There we go.
But when you lose a player like Chase, who, like he said, you can score 30 points a game. We saw him score 50 last year. It's a big loss, but I think it's also a really big gain that people don't think about. So when we have a bunch of players who can do a bunch of things, and now we don't really know who the superstar is going to be yet. So I think that stops our guys from overthinking. A lot of times we'd run a set last year, and we know who we're trying to get the ball to. We're trying to get it to Chase.
Yep.
So if somebody was wide open, they're overthinking, do I shoot this or do I give it to Chase? And I think this year everybody's starting to find themselves a little bit, and we're going to figure out day in and day out who's going to be the go-to guy. I think it's going to be harder to scout. We're going to have guys who can score the ball easier than other guys, but then we're going to have guys who have a really high IQ. You might have to double him just based off of that. So, yeah, losing Chase stinks, but I'm excited for the guys that we have. The first thing my assistant coach said when he came in was, "You've been hiding all the talent last year." I said, "No, we just got deep talent." So this year I think we really have 6 to 8 guys that can really put something up. And, yeah, I'm not saying 6'7" anymore, just so you know. So.
All right, last one I have. You guys, as I said, are always a perennial favorite in whatever section you're in. You're in Section 3. Your BFFs down the street returned literally 100% of the roster from last year. So when these preseason prognostications come out, LS might not be at the top. I'm just curious. Under a new regime, what are we kind of feeling with that? Are we going to be a little bit feisty, a little bit chippy, or do we not care about that? Or because it's probably coming. I'm just letting you know.
Yeah, no, 100%. I've actually told my guys, I said, we are not going to be number one when the rankings come out. And, I mean, when you have a team that did as well as Octorara did last year, it was coached phenomenally, it's hard to be number one. I mean, I think it'd be hard to be number one even if Chase was coming back. It's rare that you bring back 5 starters the way they are. But you know our history with them, and I am perfectly fine being number 2. I think it puts less pressure on newer faces that are going to get more varsity time this year. And I don't think we're going to be number 2 when the season's over. So I'm excited for it.
I think that it's just going to fuel us to play very good coming out in the season for the Hershey tournament. I think a lot of people are going to be surprised on how we're going to play.
Going to the Octorara games, they're always my favorite games because they're always the environment at Octorara especially is it's one of a kind there. But we played Octorara, like we played them. I've played those guys my whole life. Some of us have played those guys too. But they're nothing. They're good. They're very, very good. But they're nothing special where it's like we can't handle them. It'll be a very, very, very good game. But yeah,
I love being the underdog. I think not being first is the only way that you can go up and get better. And they're a good team. They're a well-coached team. We saw it last year, but it's nothing that we can't handle as a team and nothing that we can't put pressure on them. And the way that we're going to play this year, we're going to cause some havoc, some good havoc, and we're going to be able to give some teams some trouble.
You guys are always a headache. You're going to be a headache for everyone else again. I know you're looking forward to that Octorara game. We are too. Just shameless plug. We're going to be live streaming one of those games. So we too are attracted to that game. So fellas, best of luck this year. Some new faces, but I don't think much is going to change down in Lampeter-land. I think these guys are going to be a problem and expect nothing less. So fellas, thank you very much. We'll see you soon. And I will for sure be looking at that Hershey tournament, as you guys mentioned, because, a state semifinalist is in that. So, yeah, best of luck this year, fellas. Thank you.
Thank you.